So I'm Trisha Hall, initiated member of our Gamma Gamma chapter at Indiana State University. And I call home Southwestern Indiana, Oaktown, Indiana. If you look it up on Wikipedia, I want to say the population is like 609.
Nice,
Okay.
nice, good. I'm from a super small town too, so I love that. I love that.
Most people are like, what? That's the size of my city block. And I'm like, what's a city block? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I come from a town that doesn't even have stoplights.
That's
So
where
I'm
I
like,
live.
yeah, I get it, Trisha. I feel you. University of Northern Colorado. I was initiated in fall 2017, and I call home Wiggins, Colorado, super small town like we talked about. My graduating class was 42 people, which is, small town. So coming to college, I would say I've experienced a lot of personal growth in a lot of different areas. So I'm very, very excited that we get to talk about personal growth today.
What does personal growth mean to you? And what other words come to mind when you hear that?
Personal growth to me means being able to step out of your comfort zone and being able to grow not just in one area of your life, but multiple areas. And other words that come to mind, like when I hear these words, I always think of like social, intellectual, and spiritual, because those are also related to Sigma Kappa, right? And like personal growth in college, like when I first came in, I was like, I want to grow. I want to be a new person. I want to be like independent. And I didn't know how to do that. So my sister was like, Allie, go through recruitment. You should definitely like give it a shot. And I was like, okay, but I'm not going to be a Sigma Kappa because that's not like, I want to be different. Then I went through recruitment and I fell in love with Sigma Kappa, and now I'm a 2-time president. Like, look at me now. This has been so good. And when I think about personal growth, like the 3 areas that I've grown the most are social, intellectual, and spiritual. And like that is everything that I've wanted to be. And I've become like the person I've always looked up to and the person that I've always wanted to become. So like those are the words that come to mind when I hear the words personal growth. And it means like, it's not always going to be comfy. Sometimes it's going to be really hard, and still like making that step and trusting that it's going to be okay on the other side. And no matter what, if it's a good turnout, awesome, you learned from that. And if it's a bad turnout, okay, we learned from that too. So that's what personal growth means to me. What about you?
You said so many of the things that I was going to say. So, like I said, I'm a learner, right? I'm an educator. So obviously personal growth, a lot of times for me is educational, right? It's that you are bettering yourself, you're improving. I love the fact that you said it's being uncomfortable, right? Because a lot of my friends describe me as someone who is determined, or someone who won't back down from a challenge. And so to me, personal growth is not backing down from a challenge or an area that is uncomfortable, but instead it's rising up and meeting that and seeing that as an opportunity to improve yourself and better yourself, or to broaden your experiences or perspective. And so to me, personal growth is all of those things. And it just means you're going to continue to evolve. And for a while, my kind of like word of the year was that I just wanted to be better, right? I just wanted to be better than I was. And so that continual improvement and development is just so much who I am.
So how have you grown during the transition from Collegian to Alumna?
I think if you look back at like my college ID, or even if you look back at maybe my more recent, even like college ID, driver's license pictures.
Yeah.
I'm way more polished than I was once. I hope I am. And I think again, Sigma Kappa has in the value of personal growth has continued to put in front of me opportunities and experiences that has allowed me to grow as a woman, to grow as a leader, to grow as an educator. And it's just brought me friendships that have just opened my world. And I totally have grown so much. And when I think back, even, and a lot of it's through my volunteer experiences. Because when I think back, even of the women that I was in the Gamma Gamma chapter with, not that they haven't continued to evolve and grow, because they have, and they're amazing women.
Yeah.
But I still think of, as a volunteer, the experiences that I've gained and the friendships that I've gained through those opportunities. I really don't know where I would be without that. Would I be even in the position that I am as an educator? Would I have gone into administration from the classroom? I don't know. Would I have felt the need and the drive to go back and get my superintendent's license? Part of that's Sigma Kappa, right? And
Mhm.
part of that is learning that I love investing in people. I love pouring into people, giving them opportunities and seeing them grow, and coaching them through that. And and a lot of that is Sigma Kappa. And honestly, it's from those volunteer experiences and opportunities that I've been given. And I'm very thankful for those. I'm still very humbled. And I hope I continue to be humbled. I think every time I get asked to do something, I'm like, "Are you sure you want me to do that?"
Right.
Even this, right?
Yeah.
When I got the email, I was like, "Where'd you get my name? Like, where's it coming from? Did you already ask people?" And they said no. And I'm not very good at saying no. Like, what's going on? So I'm still. I think I'm me, and I'm pretty. I hope I'm pretty genuine and humble. But again, Sigma Kappa has just, stepping into those volunteer opportunities has really been what's made the difference for me, because it's continued to open up my world, and allowed me to grow in ways that I'm not sure I would have, or it would have taken a lot longer for me to get there.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Um, so what about you? We're going to talk about your role in chapter leadership. So how have you grown as a leader from all these opportunities you've had?
Yeah, I have, kind of like I was talking about before, I have grown in being able to see things from different perspectives. I've also grown in like self-assurance. When I first got on exec, I was like, oh gosh, like, what is everyone gonna like? Like, I hope everyone likes me. Like, I hope this is gonna go well. And well, yes, like those are important. Like, I want to make sure I'm doing things that like the chapter is liking. I've also been able to be like, no, like I think this is the best thing for the chapter, and like this is the way we need to go. And I've become way more confident in myself in making those decisions. Kind of like also what you were saying about when you got the email for this of like, are you sure you want, I thought the same thing. I was like, I think they emailed the wrong Allie. That's okay, there's lots of us out there, like I get it, they emailed the wrong one. And then and it was like, no, like we want you to be part of this. And I was like, wow, that's wild. And thinking back to my first elections, I ran for Panhellenic delegate, and I was very excited about it. I was like, yeah, like that's going to be a good first stepping stone for me. And Senior Slates called me and asked if I would be willing to accept vice president of programming. And I was like, oh, that's like way more than I thought it was going to be. Like, I was planning to go to Panhellenic meetings, like, and then I stepped into this role of, oh my gosh, like I might be running our informal meetings. Like, that's way more than I thought it was going to be. And I am so thankful that the seniors that year saw that in me, and they helped me realize like I do have these really good skills, and like I need to be confident in myself. And so I have learned how to be more confident in myself, be self-assured, and like also self-advocacy is so important. And I have struggled with imposter syndrome since I first joined the chapter, and I think that's something very normal, and like a lot of people do experience that. And for a long time, I thought I needed to always look like I have everything together. Like I need to be like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm doing great, like I know exactly what I'm doing, everything is good. And especially this year, I have learned it is okay to say, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know how to do this. and I'm going to learn, and I will let you know as soon as I know. And I think that's a huge part of personal growth too, is being able to say, instead of just like coming up with an answer that like sounds good, but you don't know if it's right, being able to say, I don't know, and I'm going to work really hard to get back to you on that. So that way we're all on the same page. Like that is such a valuable thing that I have learned. And I'm so thankful I've learned that, because especially like the field of work I'm going into, audiology, like with anything science or health related, like things are changing all the time. And if somebody comes in and they're like, hey, I want to try out like this hearing aid, I don't know how it works, like, do you know anything about it? If I don't, like, I can honestly say that I will be able to tell them I don't know, and I'm going to get back to you. So my leadership roles, like, I have totally changed from when I was vice president of programming my second semester in the chapter. I still can't believe that happened. And then being chapter president these past 2 years, I have learned so much about what it means to be part of a team and to be somebody that people can go to. So I have really just grown into a leader who I've always looked up to. When I first joined the chapter, I remember looking at our president and being like, wow, what an amazing person. She has her entire life together.
Mhm.
And now I'm like, wow, like, so cool. I might get to be that person for somebody else.
Mhm.
And I don't have my life together, and that's okay too. And I can still be a really good leader in that. So I think that's how I've grown as,
Yeah,
in
those
my
are
leadership
great.
positions.
Those
Thank
are
you.
great qualities.
Have you ever read the like recruitment letter that is Sigma Kappa is, and it's like talking about all of the things that Sigma Kappa is, and part of it is like sitting next to an alumna who you don't know but you can talk to because you know that like you're bonded by the same values. And I like haven't ever really had that experience until now, and I'm like, honestly, I feel like I could talk to you for hours and about anything. So I'm so happy that we got this opportunity and that I got to meet you. So thank you for taking the time to do this.
I wish you nothing but the best, but you're going to be just fine.
Thank you.
Keep taking care of yourself, even when it's
Thank
hard.
you. Thank
That's
you.
really important. So,
Thank you. I will. And you too. And I hope everything works out and that you're able, yeah, whatever next big thing comes up, let me know. And I'm here to root you on the whole way.